My hat! All right, here we go. So I installed the receiver. I got excited, so I forgot to record. That's pretty much what happened. So here we go. So this is going to go channel 1, and this is the new receiver. So we have that channel 1. See the antenna. I have to sort of place over here. I guess if I slide into the antenna tube first, will help out. And just go in there. All right. I'll have to place a screw in there. In a bit. Well, so I can grab on. There's generally a little oppressor screw that goes in there, but I misplaced it. So that means that I'm going to be using a regular screw. I'm going to use one of these aluminum screws that I have here, since I have no use for them in general because they break. So aluminum screws are just annoying, and the weight savings is not worth the hassle for me. Right. Just place that there. That's going to be a problem once I put the cap. This thing here, I just realized. Oh well, we'll figure it out. Right, so this has to go through here, and I have to be careful not to get the wire in here so that the mount, this doesn't bite it. But these are all screws. And for the bottom, I use countersunk screws. The only screws here that are not countersunk are going to be holding this cover, and I seem to be missing one. Well, I have plenty more of those. I guess once in a while that happens, especially when you build something right away. So I have two. I'm missing one of those as well. Fun. Trying to figure out where I left them. I probably accidentally threw them. So some of them were, the ones that I did not put WD-40 on them, they did turn a slight color, so I did put them in an oil bath, and that took care of most of them, except for the ones I misplaced, which is fine, not a big deal. I have spare screws. You should always have spare screws. So this will go in here. So first I'll mount the ESC. And this goes like that. Perfect. Alright, let me just grab the ESC, flip it over. The reason why is I want to line this up. And just realized I still have rice in here. There's one little piece. I have to take the other one out. Alright. So I'm chipping away this little piece of rice. I should use the pick, I just don't know where I have it, and I don't want to pause, but this works. Just be careful not to ruin the threads inside of the plastic. That's really all you have to worry about. That should be fine. All right, let's try it again. And I line it up there. Nope, I'm not going to do it that way. Do it here. And Alright, so I'm getting really, really close. It's pretty exciting. I'm working as soon as I put the battery, it still works. Because it's always a bummer when you test something, it works, and you try it again and it stops working, or it no longer works. So there's just a little bit of oil heads of these screws, but it doesn't matter. It's oil on steel. That works better than water. Alright, so that being said, let me get my box of screws. And we'll grab another. The main thing when you're installing this is make sure you don't pinch your wires for your receiver or your servo. And these will they just fall sideways in here. Alright, now I'm going to use this to hold them, this little tie. And just put a little screw in there. Alright, there we go. And this is channel 2, so your ESC, electronic speed control, will go into channel 2. And that is it. Now this other tie will go here. Just make sure I line up the wires correctly and don't want to pinch them. There we go. All right. And I'm almost there. This is the other screw that I need. Yeah, that's fine. All right, almost there. Go ahead and cap this. Oh, cap. Great. And the motor, everything should fit as it did, so I'm not worried about it. It's really just the power. Making sure that it runs, everything is good, so then I can actually go and get some better bashing videos or jumps, just see how running videos as well, how it runs with that body and those tires. I can already tell you how it rolls with that body, even though it wasn't on camera. It looked like a basketball just bouncing and rolling. But there's no cracks in the body. So for now, I guess the body's fine. Although I didn't really get to use it much, so it's still not a very good test. I wouldn't bet the farm on it yet. Not yet. Let's see, that's my switch. So my switch wants to go this way. And do need another piece of double-sided tape for the switch. We'll do that later. Just slide this in. And when I originally installed this, there we go. Huh, I think I already got it. I did a video of it when I originally installed it. So now I'm installing it again for the second time, so I'm not going to go into too many of the details, but I do like the way this motor mounts. It's much easier than the previous motor that was in here. Why? That's something I've not been able to figure out. I think they mount slightly different, but I can't figure out why they're round cans. I was using the same motor mount. Let's see this. Seems not cooperating. It's actually not threading. Oh, is that it? Oh, there we go. Nope. Does it feel right? There we go. Now let's see. Looks right, feels right, sounds right, so I'll go ahead and mount it. Awesome. There we go. There it is. All right, so it's usually a bad idea to run a vehicle without the tires. The nuts might fly. There's no resistance on there for the tires. But I'm going to go ahead and do it. I just need to get my transmitter and battery. All right. So let's go ahead and I'm testing everything. Normally, saw a light blink. You probably want to use a different battery than the one that you dumped in the water. But here goes. All right, beeping everything. Everything seems to be good. All right, so that seems to work. Nice. Forward, stop, reverse. So forward, stop, then reverse. Forward, stop, now reverse. Yeah, everything seems to be working, fanned everything. I just need a little piece of double stick tape here. The switch is working again, mainly because it's dry now, which is good. So I just need a little bit of alcohol just to clean those little areas. I forgot about it. I'm going to cut another piece of this rag. All right, let's see. I'm going to mount in the same spot. Right, let's grab this with the excess off, although alcohol evaporates really, really quickly. So it does it quickly. There's really no need to wipe off. That's it, so I'm going to remove the battery. almost finished. There we go. So I'm actually surprised these electronics held, and the reason why is I used to have an ESC that was of a different brand, and it accidentally got wet, as in, you know, I lent it to somebody and that person ran into a puddle a few times on a clay track, and the ESC burnt out. This was submerged underwater. I mean, we'll see how long it lasts. We'll see how long everything lasts, but so far, it looks good. And the battery, again, the battery is working. All right, I plug it into the charger, it works. Let me do it right now. Maybe you can see the screen. The fan can get a little noisy. You cannot really read the screen. If you're wondering why I have Traxxas connectors, it's because I do run Traxxas vehicles. And I do have a Traxxas battery. That's the reason why. It is my last battery. I mean, the only reason why it's my last battery is because the other one went out. The problem with them is they're soft cased. I was looking for this. So this goes in here. Then goes in here. So just going to go into one of the settings. So it's the first one. This is fine. Do 4S, and here goes. And there it is. So charger's working. 39% right now. That's what it's reading. 3.81 volts per cell on, let's see, well, let's see. 3 of the cells are at 8.84, one is at 3.85. So there's 0.01 difference, which is normal, to be honest, between these. But other than that, everything seems to be working. Now it's just a matter of me getting some bash time. So thank you so much for watching, but electronics are back in.